Yo guys, and welcome to the most just crazy stream of all time. I'm so excited. We're about to delve into the new TZEENTCH trailer for Total War Warhammer 3. This is my first look. I know basically zero. I saw the announcement. I was scrambling, running over my desk, whacking buttons on my keyboard to try to get a stream up in time so we can enjoy it together. And if it is what I think it is, which it looks like it's a full TZEENTCH stream, or a TZEENTCH trailer to drop, I'm really excited because, of course, they're the closest thing to ducks we will ever get in Total War Warhammer 3. They're basically a faction of chaotic ducks. So I'm really excited. Let me get this horrible screen blocker out of the way. Boop! And let me get my camera up for you guys as well. You can see I've literally just chucked this together. And there I am! Hello! Welcome, welcome. This is going to be really good fun. Let's chuck on boop, my light as well. So hopefully you guys can see me. And if we delve over to here, boop, 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 enter the world of TZEENTCH. This is probably my most anticipated trailer of Total War Warhammer 3, period. And of all the factions to come out, I was very hyped up about Kislev, but I wanted to delve into this. You can see I've given the video a little bit of a like, and I have yelled quack exactly 1 second ago, so make sure to quack as much as possible. Now, I would normally wait for you guys to kind of gather so we can do this reaction with as many people as possible, but as you can probably tell, I am slightly, just slightly excited, and I want to delve into this as soon as possible. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch the trailer, give my reaction, and then we'll do a breakdown and re-watch it as more people start to gather. So let's pop that sound down a little bit so it doesn't overpower us. Let's go to full screen mode, and I'm going to press play in about 5 seconds, I promise. I'm going to say hello to everyone. Doros, Luke, Mr. Raptor, Hoftippus, Ice Power. I want Slanesh though, don't worry bud, they will be coming. For Poland, Davina, hope you guys are all good and going to be having a great time. What's up, Nevermore as well. Omega Quack for sure. I didn't notice the tattoo on your right arm. I actually have tattoos on my arm, down there, there, basically all my arms. But anyway, without further ado, I'm just going to hop straight into this. I would, again, as I said, would love to get more people to gather so we can all watch this together, but I can't wait. So, bam, there we go. Let's do this. Oh, that sounds... Yes, look at my beautiful duck on the mountaintop. Oh, looks so... Oh, those are some weird looking horsemen. Cultists? Oh, hell yeah. Vibing, flying. The little hobble creatures. There's chariots as well. Yo, that's a chunky little bird. Oh, we're gonna dominate the skies, boys. It's our boy. Your boy is back as well. Oh, they look so cool. I can't wait to see their attack animations. The jellyfishes of death. Oh, okay. Conquer your demons. No, that can't be it. No, no, I wanted so much more. Okay, well, it's pretty damn badass. It looks like they've dropped a full FAQ as well for this. So we'll delve into FAQ, and then we'll go back and rewatch stuff as well. Relatively short trailer. This is kind of what I was expecting. We saw the big trailer between Cathay and TZEENTCH to kickstart this campaign of, you know, highlighting both those factions. Then we saw a little extra one on Cathay, a little extra one on TZEENTCH here. Oh my god, look at that face right there in the middle of my screen. I must admit, the big old bird, just look at him on top of his mighty mountain. Now, I was kind of hoping to see the second legendary lord. I'm not sure who, if there is like many legendary lords for TZEENTCH in the lore. I'm sure there's some of them. The double-headed big old duck is my favourite though, of course, Mr. Fate Weaver himself. But we did see some new horseman units here, which I'm assuming are cultists. It looks like a few of the demon factions may be getting cultists, and there definitely was, unless I'm tripping. And we've got chariots in the background as well, which is pretty exciting stuff. But I'm 99% sure we also saw the normal, like, this guy right here. He's got one head, right? That's just the one-headed duck. So maybe he's getting moved over from Chaos, or maybe it's just a legendary lord that you can have one of these guys. Interesting stuff for sure. Interesting. So let's quickly take a little look at the FAQ. Oh, that doesn't look like the right FAQ. Hang on a sec. I definitely saw that there was an FAQ. I don't want to hop onto my Discord because obviously I don't want to reveal anything that I shouldn't reveal. about my stuff. So let's go here. There we go. Okay. So control, predict, and manipulate with TZEENTCH on the campaign map. So it looks like we're going to get a full breakdown of how they work on the campaign map. And, okay, there's a lot to go through here, guys. Oh my god, look at that picture. Oh, that's so badass. Okay, there's a lot to go through. So, we'll start with that. But what were your guys' first initial reactions there? Flying halberds, I'm in. That's all we needed to do to sell Raptor. I love it. Duck trailer time? Oh, for sure. For sure. What's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome, guys, welcome. Nice representation of TZEENTCH units. Not bad at all. It looked pretty cool. It looked pretty cool. We will rewatch it again and break stuff down, but first let's go through what's actually going to be dropping with TZEENTCH today, which is the control, predict, manipulate. I'm assuming they're going to be a rather interesting faction. I like quite a lot from what they said about Cafe and how they're going to work on the campaign map. It looks like these guys are going to be very thematic, very themed, very story-driven, kind of all the stuff that I actually really want from the Total War Warhammer series going forward, as far as campaigns, to keep me invested, because obviously Total Warhammer 1, it was kind of brand new to them. The base factions of Total Warhammer 2 were really fun to start with, but it's basically the same campaign for each faction, whereas the longer they went, the more DLCs they got in, the better they got at kind of managing those campaigns and making them really kind of full of life and abundance of joy. So hope that's what they're going to be doing with these ones as well. Bread for the Duck God, Bird faction takes to the skies. Oh, wanting to paint TZEENTCH models now. It all looks so good. It all looks so good. So let's break down here what they've said. So, welcome back to the campaign mechanics roundup for factions in Total War Warhammer 3. We saw you coming. TZEENTCH is the god of change, manipulation, and magic, the great conspirator, almost said something else there, and the changer of ways. His intricate plans and endless schemes double back upon one another in a web of lies, half-truths, promises, and betrayals that would make any mortal's head spin. I'm going to butcher this guy's name. I need to learn it because he's probably going to be my main man going into Warhammer 3. But Kairos, Fate Weaver, legendarily powerful Lord of Change and Mighty Duck and Spellcaster Supreme, leads the Oracles of TZEENTCH in an invasion of Cathay and the rest of the world to follow shortly. So it looks like we really are lining up for Khorne versus Kislev, TZEENTCH versus Cathay. Interesting to see what they're going to do with Nurgle and Slaanesh. I don't know, maybe they're fighting each other. The Chaos Gods don't always get on very well. Today is the first time we're shown off what the Monogod factions can get up to on the campaign map. That means showing the attributes they share alongside the ones that make them completely different, and so continuously at odds with one another. The great game is constantly played, and who is in the Ascendant can have a significant effect on their armies and factions. So it looks like the demons may actually all have a bit of problem with each other, and the demons that are doing better will get more bonuses perhaps. So maybe there's a big emphasis on the demons actually kind of being this fractured faction, and they're constantly fighting each other, which makes sense thematically. If they could just sort out the differences, get together like so many factions in the game, Greenskin, Skaven, there'd be a far more powerful fighting force. While TZEENTCH and the other Chaos factions feature only one Legendary Lord to begin with, okay, so they only get one each rather than the two. The mechanical outline below are defined as those specific to the god rather than Kairos. Oh, okay. So it looks like in the future we are going to get more Legendary Lords for the demonic factions. We'll detail him out at a later date. Future DLC and FLC that aligns itself to TZEENTCH will use some of these mechanics as well as the Legendary Lords specific. So already saying we're going to get DLC and FLC in the future, which for any of you guys, I'm sure you'll know that was going to come anyway at some point. We plan to support Total War Warhammer 3 for a long, long time onwards. Very good news for us content creators, but good news for us as well for fans, and this is going to have a lot of longevity for it. I'm going to butcher his name as well. Grimoires. As a god of knowledge, TZEENTCH desires it above all else. Going a little bit Odin there. Grimoires represent forbidden texts. So these are actually in Vermintide as well. Where you can pick up these like hidden books and ancient lore and stuff, which can sometimes be a little bit dangerous. So yeah, it looks like he wants to get forbidden texts, hidden spells, ancient laws, unknown histories, and everything else that is floating around the Warhammer world that is not commonly known. It is a favour with TZEENTCH and can be used to ensure success. Apparently they're collected and generated by any number of actions, battles, buildings, sacking settlements, dilemmas, and more by themselves. Oh god, getting a load of messages. Nope, looks like we're all good. What's up, CJ? What's up, Ronan? What's up, Bowmore? Yes. We're getting a load of content here, so we're going through all the stuff you're going to be getting with TZEENTCH, and then we're going to go over the trailer one last time there. So bomb themselves, they do very little, but you have an endless number of ways to spend them, and keeping a steady supply will make you a master of the world, even without your armies. Interesting stuff there. So perhaps you can maybe win the campaign rather than just through sheer brute force, but actually being a bit cunning and sneaky and hoarding information and power. Changing of the ways. Ooh. No way! So this looks like what you can spend your points on. We have reveal factions' intentions, track an army, halt a faction, break an alliance. So you can make two forces who are allied together break. That is awesome! Transfer settlement sounds interesting. Reveal shroud, where you can reveal the shroud over all of a faction's territories. You can force rebellions, open gates. Open gates, that is going to be a blessing for people who don't like siege battles. Give war coordinate targets and force a war. This is really cool. This is like bribery in diplomacy, but you're using magic to do it, to kind of shape the fate of the world. That's very cool. The primary spend of these grimoires is in the changing of the ways, which is what we've seen just above. This is a series of actions unique to TZEENTCHian factions that allow you to change or observe things on the campaign map with merely a wave of the wrist, causing a mouse click usually. Each has a reasonable cooldown and costs a chunk, though, of this kind of new resource, scaling with the severity and effectiveness of the action. Beyond the first, each also requires a technology to unlock, some of which may be buried fairly deep in the tree. Here's a rundown of what's possible. Cool, so we have transfer settlement. You can transfer control and ownership of one settlement to a new faction. This can be your faction or another. That's pretty useful, actually. That's very useful. Open the gates of a major settlement with walls for any battle in that settlement in the next few turns. Again, very useful if you do kind of lack the potential for a long, enduring siege. You just want to bomb rush straight in, you can do that. I think that's going to be a fan favourite. We have Force Rebellion, cause a rebellion in a region, spawning an army for the owner to contend with. I can already see TZEENTCH are going to be hilarious in head-to-head campaigns. It's going to be really fun. You can track an army. You are given the line of sight of a target's army. Not bad, not bad, particularly if it's someone who likes to ambush. Reveal factions' intentions. Show the plans of all armies a target faction controls. That's pretty useful. Gives complete. We've also got Reveal Shroud. Gives complete vision on a target's faction's territory. You can halt a faction. All characters, so armies and heroes, have their movement halted and disabled for the faction's following turn. Oh, that could prove so clutch. If you're getting trapped and ensnared in an ambush, you're kind of surrounded by enemy armies, you can pause them and leg it away. That's going to be pretty good fun. Or catch them. The AI loves to run away if it knows it's not going to win a fight, so you can actually stop them from moving. That's going to be very powerful indeed. You can give war coordinate targets. Give a faction a war coordinate target, even if they are not your allies. That's going to be hilarious. We have a break alliance, break the military or defensive alliance between two factions, or force a war between two factions. So pretty cool stuff. The artwork's beautiful, by the way, for TZEENTCH. I'm a big fan of it. I know not everyone loves the kind of swirling purple and blue mist and magical power, but I think it's relatively eye-catching. So as you can imagine, this can get hectic, manipulative, and downright scummy, depending on your desire and plans. Whoever wrote this did a good job, by the way. I like the little bit of character flair in here. While it's unlikely you will be able to get all your goals complete without ever annihilating an enemy army yourself, it gives several fascinating possibilities in the mid to late game. Even early, transferring settlements between factions you're not interested in warring with to the ones you're about to conquer can be very powerful. Yeah, if there's an army in your way or a faction in your way, and you can flip them around with another faction, that could be quite useful. So, Winds of Magic Manipulation. Another ability unique to TZEENTCH is the specific control. I should actually make sure, you guys following this alright? You guys following this okay? I don't want to be like rambling too much. You guys all good, yeah? Chaos Fate Weaver? Oh, I'm excited. I'm not mad about that. There's 4 Lords of Chaos. Exactly. We're getting 4 Lords of Chaos. Quack, what's up, Linsky? How's it going, champ? Finally a way to chase the AI? Exactly. So another ability unique to TZEENTCH is his specific control of the winds of magic. Indeed, so tied are his, oh god, machinations? Who knows, I'm a duck, I don't do human words. To them, that many buildings have unique effects when the winds of magic are particularly strong, increasing their capabilities. To this end, TZEENTCH can reduce the winds of magic in one province where he has settlements to increase it in another at will. Ooh, okay, so buildings do better when you have more magic, and you can take magic from one place and pop it to another. That's going to be quite good, because on your front line, you can take away magic and pump it back to the industry you have, hopefully, at the center of your empire. This is making me real buzzed to do some more campaign, actually. I might do a campaign soon. I was thinking of starting one up and doing, like, campaign once a week or something. Let me know if you'd like to see that. I was thinking of doing an Akai one, although I know a lot of people think Akai's one's not the greatest, so we'll have to wait and see. I'll figure it out as I go. As well as providing the aforementioned buffs to his buildings, this allows for armies with multiple spellcasters. That's going to be quite a lot of your Tzeentch armies, believe it or not. Oh, I wonder if there's a roster reveal in this. I don't think we've got a roster reveal yet. To benefit heavily in terms of the power reserve ability to them. It's also worth noting that there have been some large changes made to the nature of the Winds of Magic and power reserves in battle, which will be detailed soon. Ooh, okay, so it looks like Winds of Magic's going to be changing. I mean, I always expected it was going to change slightly with Warhammer 3 coming out. All demons basically do magic damage, I believe. So they're going to have to change how magic resistance works, and that's going to have a knock-on effect, and kind of, you know, it's probably going to mean magic resistance only affects from spells, but then they're going to have to somehow balance some of the older units with that as well, so certain factions don't just get run over now by a load of ethereal troops. The upshot is that this ability should never be discounted to ensure victory. So up next we have Corruption, Unholy Manifestation, and The Great Game. This artwork is so cool. It's so cool. I'm here as well, look at me. I'm in Total War Warhammer. You can see me right there. It's great. It's great. Man, this is a... Oh, man, I'm very happy with all this work they're doing. Okay, how do I get out? No, how do I escape? No, how do I escape? Oh, let's just go back. There we go. Okay, cool. We've escaped. Let's check out on chat, make sure you guys are all good. Winds of Magic changes. That could be great or really, really bad. We'll have to wait and see how it unfolds, of course. So interested in this faction, I'll head-to-head you ducky. Man, it's going to be great. So if by some miracle you have no caster, remove magic and screw the enemy. Exactly. So, the Great Game never ceases between the Chaos Gods. It represents their endless attempts to one-up each other, the endless infighting of chaos that ensures that even should they dominate the world, it is unlikely to ever know peace. This is kind of what we spoke about earlier on. Even the gods that can stand each other rarely see eye to eye, and alliances are rather... rarer than a surprised Lord of Change, which I'm sure is not too often whatsoever. Thus, it is represented in Warhammer 3 as which god is in the Ascendant, powering up all of their factions on the maps. Ooh, this is in the form of an improvement to Unholy Manifestation. 4 free abilities available to every demon faction, which are unlocked as the faction's corruption spreads through the world. So the more powerful you are as Chaos, the more corruption you get, the more power you get, but I'm assuming the other demon factions will then turn on you. Yes, corruption is now split between general chaos corruption and 4 types, 1 for each god. We'll detail the system at another time, but what you need to know right now is that Unholy Manifestation unlocks as more corruption for your god is spread across the land, which makes sense. I'm 100% sure that the other gods are going to turn on you as soon as you start becoming too powerful there. The upgraded versions have heavier effects, generating more of a resource or dealing more damage to an army. For example, here's the Unholy Manifestations for Tzeentch. So each faction will have these. I don't think we know Khorne's ones yet. So we have, Severiners of Insanity, close enough, which is unlocked from the start. It allows a friendly army to generate a big batch of Grimoires over the course of several turns. This army cannot move during that time and must be in the enemy territory. So almost like raiding, but you're raiding their knowledge. We have mutagenic energies as well, which requires 1,500 global Tzeentch corruption. It causes a target army to suffer attrition for a turn, regardless of situation or immunities. Ooh, okay, that's pretty nice. We have Magical Flair, which requires 3,000 global Tzeentch corruption, so I'm assuming quite a large number there. It increases the range and barrier hit points of all units in an army. Barrier is a special shield all Tzeentch units have. We'll detail this further in the upcoming roster reveal. Wait, what? So do Tzeentch like have a bubble around them of magical protection? I wonder if that only affects range. Or if it's... Oh, that's interesting. We'll have to wait and see for the roster reveal before we deal into that properly. So, Knight of Madness requires 6,000 global Tzeentch corruption, targeted friendly armies, generate Tzeentch corruption and control, renamed from public order, loss in a province. Oh, okay, as well as increasing the army's winds of magic power reserve, it cannot move during these turns. That's going to be relatively useful. So it's going to make more corruption and get you more winds of magic. Of course, as corruption spreads, it has more impact than that. Okay. Cults, again, beautiful artwork. Beautiful artwork. I really do like the flying sorcerers as well up in the skies. They look very cool, but he's just so cool. Fate Weaver's my guy. I love Kislev. But of all the demon factions, I'm 100% on the Tzeentch boat here. I'm just going to turn my light on, guys, so you guys can actually see me a little better. There we go. How does the Everduck sound? Man, the Everduck, I'm about the Everduck lifestyle, bro. I'm about the Everduck lifestyle. We've still got a little bit to go, and then we'll go back and have a little look at the trailer once more. So feel free to get all your questions ready. I am looking at you guys on my phone, for those who don't know. The Barrow's probably the only thing making them a bit tanky. Yeah, I expect them to be very, very kind of a fragile faction. Think about the tournament cheers. I mean, ice tournaments will probably. It looks like for the most part they're going to be trying to do objectives in multiplayer as well. So it'll be 2 different game modes, and I'm pretty sure if it works as well as it in Shogun, most tournaments will be moving over to that as a main form of playing the game. Maybe with the decider being more of a head-to-head war, but it'll depend on the tournament host and all that stuff and what people want to see, I'm sure. So we'll have to wait and see. We don't really know yet, unfortunately, on that one. Anyway, cults is what we're looking at next. As well as the passive effects of high corruption, which are unique to each god and will be detailed down the line, cults can form once a god is particularly dominant in a region. This cult becomes a foreign building slot owned by you that can construct unique buildings based on your dedicated god. Tzeentch options are, so these are some special buildings only Tzeentch can get once that corruption reaches a certain peak, is Sanctuary, generates grimoires per turn, very useful, we've already spoken about their importance. Repository generates more grimoires per turn, but requires high winds of magic level. Okay, so if you're dragging winds of magic and placing it somewhere, you pop it there. We have Sanctum, generates a decent amount of income, but also requires high winds of magic level. You can see how everything's linked at the moment, and it's going to work, in one way or another. And we have Campus, destroys the cult, but increases winds of magic here, and in all adjacent to Tempestuous. What? Increase the winds of magic here and in all adjacent. I'm assuming like adjacent provinces to this one. You probably don't require the entire knowledge base of Tzeentch to understand the strategy here, but naturally it all depends on where your cult develops and what you're in need of. Generating huge amounts of grimoires can be far more valuable than income after all, particularly in the late game. Being able to control these giant armies is going to be really useful. Up last, or 2 more things, we have the tech tree, which is going to be cool, we can hop into, and teleportation. So for teleportation, unique to Tzeentch and unlocking through the tech tree, his armies can go into the teleport stance. This costs winds of magic reserves, powers to adopt, but is exceptionally powerful. Not only does it allow crossing of impassable terrain, say mountain ranges, rivers, patrol areas, for example, kind of like underground right here, it seems like we're going for, but instantly triggers an ambush battle should you target an enemy army. Oh, that is so powerful. That is so powerful, being able to instantly ambush an opponent. You do need good winds of magic, though, so it could be a little bit luck of the dice on where you are, or you have to drag that winds of magic to aid you in those situations. It's a one-shot move, so you must readapt to the stance if you wish to go again on the next turn, but getting to ambush armies as you like can really swing a war your way. This is 100% true. We actually did a ambush King of the Hill recently. You can see the power of the ambush. This level of power is why it is locked in the later game for Tzeentch. Oh, how's that? This level of power is why it is locked in the later game for Tzeentch. Requires a various text to unlock. Speaking of which, that's worded rather weird. This level of power is why it is locked in the late... Oh, okay, you can't get to later. If it was like in the late game, you can't use this, but it's a late game tactic. Okay, that makes way more sense. Here we can have a little look at the Tzeentch technology tree. So it looks like you have your main ones in the middle and then they branch out. We can see a few here on the screen. You guys can pause this and go back to. I'm not going to go through every single one. But something that's going to make a lot of you guys happy. Locus of transmogrification, blah, blah, blah. looks like a tech, and I see a pink horror and a blue horror. So I know a lot of people wanted the pink horrors to split into blue horrors. Perhaps by getting this tech, that's what happens. I don't know, but it is what the symbol is. So obviously, there's a big stance there. This looks very cool. So 9 is the number of the changer. 9 are the levels within the perplexing 9th library. TZEENTCH's repository of forgotten knowledge. Scour the bookcases, learn and indulge in our master's lore. So we have the 9 in the middle, and they branch out to different sections on the sides. It looks like in more groups of 9, which is, you know, very, very thematic there. So TZEENTCH's tech tree is a bit more of a tech web, spreading out from a center point like the spider's home. Nothing the Changerways does is ever simple or straightforward. Each area of the tree is unlocked by one of the central techs, and then has a couple of looping paths through it, leading to a final tech. This means you're rarely going to take the exact same path through the tree on 2 playthroughs unless you have an exact composition and plan in mind. It's also worthy to study. So, yeah, it's also worthy of study to find which my God, words. I'm butchering these words right now. Might point you in a specific direction. So which way should you go? It's also worth noting that along with the unique Change of the Ways text you might unlock, there are several other areas that are uncommon or unique choices. Various texts will give spells to all your Lords of Change, letting you field an entire army of powerful, monstrous spellcasters, even without filling your hero slot, and then becoming more powerful over the course of the game. Wait, you can have an army of Lord of Changes? That's amazing. That's so cool. Okay, finally, with knowledge so key to TZEENTCH, he has an endless number of ways to increase research rate, including commandments, buildings, and more regular things like hero actions. With a dedicated plan, you will blitz through the tech tree and be fielding cheap, effective, and devastating armies earlier than your opponents. This is all just as planned. That's all for TZEENTCH, though naturally more of his gameplay revolves around the new magic system, laws and corruption changes. We'll get into the former two within the coming weeks, and the later at a more appropriate time to corrupt the lands. See you soon. So it looks like they're going to continue up this just bam, 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 just trailer, news, constantly that they're doing now. They're really starting to pump these out quite quickly, which is very exciting, and I'm looking forward to seeing all this other news. So we're going to get some more information on the demons relatively soon, as well as I'm sure a full army roster. Winds of Magic's completely changed. That's going to change everything, both campaign-wise and multiplayer-wise, and I'm excited to see how that does unfold. So we can have one more look through the trailer, see how it goes, see if we pick up anything this time that we missed last, and then I'm probably going to close out the stream. I will be streaming later today on Twitch. There's a link down below to my Twitch account. We're going to be streaming myself playing in the finals of a tournament, actually, and maybe some quick battles as well, because if we get knocked out early, which there's a good chance, there's some very, very good players today. What are you guys thinking? What are you guys thinking? Damn, it's near midnight here, bro. It's about 3:30 right now. We'll have to wait and see. I can already foresee being ambushed by AI. The pain. But let's delve into this.
It is foreseen.
The voice is pretty cool. Sounds a lot like me.
Inevitable.
It's like, oh, crazy, over the top, I love it.
Of manipulation.
Looks like those horsemen may be mages. I know, they have staffs. They could be part of the cult, though, that we were talking about. We get a nice little close-up view as well of the flying disc people. They've really gone all out for the skulls. These guys look pretty... I know a lot of people complain about Chaos Warriors before. These ones look pretty badass. But again, it might just be because they're on the old TZEENTCHs. They've got like the purple capes. You can see in the distance there's a better shot of it there, actually. Let's go back to that. You can see... Bam! We get the old flying chariots as well. Interesting to see if any of these will have spellcasters on. I love the flamers. They're like these death jellyfish that fly around in the sky. They might be one of my more favourite units so far. Man, the map looks so cool. We got Forsaken here. We've seen Forsaken before. They look pretty badass. I like the little tint on them. Look at this little guy, this little chunky bird. He might be some type of hero. Or maybe he's just leading the unit, some kind of like champion for them. But it looks like a spellcaster with the old book with a big old eye in it and his lovely little staff. Look at him. Look at him! Oh. Try and get a... Look at him! Oh, he's so beautiful. with the old flying flatfish in the sky as well. That Chaos Spawn looks pumped up. Look at him go. Look at him go! He's full on yeet him. So the long range attacks as well. I wonder if they'll have any more attack animations if they are bringing back the current Ever Chicken. We do have their version of Harpies in the Skies. I can't remember the name. I did know at one point. Oh, it's on like the tip of my tongue. Yeah, these guys. Oh my god. That is horrific. It's like a amalgamation of heads and teeth all swimming, quite lovely, jellyfish style, towards the battlefield before burning all of their enemies alive. Yes. So cool. So cool. I wish there was more, I really do, but that's just me being a greedy little duck as usual. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this trailer and this live stream. I've got a video coming out a bit later today. I was going to drop it at 4, but I'll probably drop it more closer to 6 now, just to give this video a little bit of time to breathe and so forth. And again, as I said before, going to be streaming on Twitch, link down below. If you guys want to chill out and vibe more as we go on this journey to Total War Warhammer 3 and beyond, feel free to like, subscribe, comment, all that good standard YouTubey stuff. Bucket ton of links down below in the description to all sorts of madness. So check that out if you would like. Any last questions, guys? And I'm going to be closing out the stream. Will you restream here on YouTube? Restream what on YouTube? I don't like long, grindy campaigns, but if I can play more sneaky, it could be fun. Yeah, I mean, they kind of pointed out in this, like, hey, you will still have to do battles. It's very unlikely you won't be able to win a campaign without at least doing some destroying or annihilating one enemy, but it opens up way more possibilities to be sneaky, scheming, and honestly, that's something which has really grabbed my attention now. I think that could be quite cool. That could be quite cool indeed. It mixes up and sets them apart from other factions. Of course, Khorne are going to be the opposite. They don't want that diplomacy. They want war. They're like the greenskins. All we want is to smash things, skulls, blood, all that glorious stuff. So it looks like both. So far, I'm pretty happy with the differences between TZEENTCH and Khorne. A lot of people were a little worried early on that the demons will play too similar to each other. I don't think that's going to be the case whatsoever. We do have, of course, Nurgle and Slaanesh to come. I know less about Slaanesh than all the other factions. I don't really know what their playstyle is. I feel like it's fast-moving, very fragile, hard-hitting, almost elf-like in a way. So we'll have to see how they perform. Whereas Nurgle, of course, is the tanky. They're the beasts, the big boys. So Khorne, no magic. TZEENTCH, very hard magic. Nurgle, tanky. Slaanesh, swift and hard-hitting. That's what I assume it's going to be coming for here. That's what I'm assuming it's going to come for. For you to think about ducks, it's 6 inches. That's an inch of what? People who like more are gross or have... Oh, okay, Chris. I see what you're putting down there. I'm not picking up, I'm afraid. TZEENTCH is my jam. Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Until next time, peace. And as always, stay awesome. Actually, I'm going to go pip this up, unfortunately. Beep. Where's my shot blocker? You guys can just stare at my face now. There you go. No peeking. You guys can't see none anymore. I will see you guys next time.